Washington, D.C. 2023. Two projections on the screen. Same room. Same data. One variable changed. Version A. No immigration increase. The Social Security Trustees Report, 2023, documents trust fund depletion by 2034. 11 years. The system becomes insolvent. Version B. Increased immigration. The dependency ratio stabilizes. The system survives until 2055. Everyone in that room looks at version B. It is presented as the solution. Then you run version B forward past 2055. It collapses too. The U.S. Census Bureau, 2022, records the median American age at 38.9, the highest in recorded national history. Not a projection. A document. The population is aging faster than either version accounts for. Both projections fail. One fails sooner. One fails later. Only one gets sold to the public as a solution. Noichai viewers. When you hear that immigration will fix the aging population crisis, does that feel complete to you? Or does something not add up? Drop your answer below. The question was never whether the system could survive. The question is, who decided which version you were allowed to see? If both versions of the same solution lead to the same place, you have to ask when the original promise was ever designed to be kept. In 1960, the Social Security Administration documented 5.1 workers paying into the system for every retiree drawing from it. The math was clean. A large working population supporting a small retired one. The system was built for that ratio and required it to function. By 2023, that ratio stands at 2.8 workers per retiree. Not a warning about the future, a description of the present. The pay-as-you-go pension system was not designed for this. It was built around one assumption never stated in any legislation and never explained to the workers funding it, that each generation would be larger than the last. Population growth was not a safety feature. It was the engine. The Social Security Administration projects the ratio will reach approximately 2.1 workers per retiree by 2045. Below that threshold, the arithmetic produces structural deficits. No tax adjustment closes without redesigning the system entirely. This is not a political failure. It is an engineering failure. A machine still operating inside conditions it was never built to handle. The assumption worked once. It worked when populations were growing. The moment growth stopped, the assumption became a liability. The question now is what every government chose to do about it, and why that choice does not work. If the system requires what the population can no longer provide, the only remaining question is what gets substituted in its place. The Congressional Budget Office, 2022, is not ambiguous. Immigration expands the labor force, increases short-term GDP, and adds to the tax base. Every model across the developed world confirms this in the short term. The logic is sound on paper. Young workers arrive. They pay payroll taxes. Social Security receives contributions. The dependency ratio stabilizes, at least on paper, at least for now. Canada committed to 500,000 new arrivals annually. Germany opened its borders in 2015 to over 1 million migrants. France, the United Kingdom, Sweden, all accepted large-scale immigration on the same fiscal logic. The National Academy of Sciences, 2017, confirmed that high-skilled immigrants produce net fiscal contributions over their lifetimes, paying more in taxes than they consume in government services. The model works. In the short term, the model works. Then you ask the question no policy presentation includes in its projections. What happens when those workers stop working? The National Academy of Sciences, 2017, also documents that fiscal contribution varies substantially by age of arrival and by the time horizon applied to the measurement. Run the model to a 40-year window instead of 20, and the picture changes entirely. The short-term solution generates a long-term liability. The balance sheet looks clean today. What it looks like in 2060 is a question the policy does not answer. That unanswered question is the entire problem. Every worker the system imports today is a retiree the system inherits tomorrow. And the system was built as though that second half of the equation did not exist. Run the model forward 30 years. The 25-year-old who arrived in 2025 is 55 in 2055. In 2065, they retire. They file for Social Security. They enroll in Medicare. They become, by every actuarial definition, a retiree, drawing from the same system they spent 4 decades funding. The United Nations, 2000, published a study titled Replacement Migration. It calculated exactly how many immigrants each developed country would need to maintain existing dependency ratios. For Germany, the requirement was 25 million immigrants over 55 years, nearly 500,000 annually into a country of 80 million people. The OECD, 2021, confirmed that aging population dynamics persist across developed economies even with sustained high net migration. The ratio does not stabilize. The timeline shifts. This is the mechanism no policy presentation includes. Each cohort of immigrants is a short-term worker and a long-term retiree. The system does not gain workers permanently. It borrows them for 30 to 40 years and then absorbs them as beneficiaries. To maintain the ratio after that cohort retires, the next cohort must be larger. The arithmetic compounds. A country starts with 10 million workers and 5 million retirees. It accepts 1 million immigrants. For 40 years the ratio holds. Then those 1 million retire. Now the country has 6 million retirees. To maintain the 2-to-1 ratio, it needs 12 million workers. It has 10 million. It accepts 2 million more. 40 years later, those 2 million retire. Each round requires a larger cohort. The numbers grow with every iteration. This is not theory. It is documented arithmetic that every finance ministry in the developed world has access to, and that no public projection includes past the first measurement horizon. The solution does not resolve the problem. It duplicates it at a larger scale with each cycle. If every round of the fix creates the conditions for the next crisis, how large does the system have to grow before the math becomes physically impossible to execute? The United Nations Replacement Migration Report, 2000, did not generate political attention proportional to its findings. It ran the arithmetic directly. And the arithmetic produced numbers no government has been willing to present in a budget meeting. For Japan to maintain its 1995 worker-to-retiree ratio through 2100, the required immigration level would need to multiply Japan's population to a scale its landmass and physical infrastructure cannot absorb. Japan's current population is 125 million. The number required runs into the hundreds of millions. The study was not a policy recommendation. It was a mathematical proof that the arithmetic at that scale has no feasible solution. Eurostat, 2022, documents the same pattern holding across the European Union. The dependency ratios continue rising in member states despite sustained net immigration into the bloc. The ratio climbs more slowly with immigration. The destination is identical. Only the pace changes. Canada's government committed to 500,000 arrivals per year. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, 2022, documented construction of between 200,000 and 250,000 housing units annually over the same period. The population growth rate and the housing construction rate operate on entirely different curves. One accelerates by policy decision. The other responds on timelines measured in years, constrained by labor supply, materials, permitting, and infrastructure capacity. The infrastructure problem is not secondary to the fiscal problem. It is part of the same mechanism. I add enough people to stabilize the pension arithmetic, and you simultaneously generate a housing shortage, a healthcare backlog, and wage compression that reduces the tax revenue the immigration policy was imported to produce. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, 2023, documents real wage growth lagging cost of living increases across every major metropolitan area with the highest immigration-driven population growth. The workers imported to fund the retirement system are competing with existing residents for housing the system never built. The solution scales demand faster than it scales the capacity to meet that demand. Every institution tracking this, the United Nations, the OECD, Eurostat, documents the same result. The volumes required to solve the demographic problem exceed what any developed world infrastructure can absorb. If the scale required is physically impossible to execute, the next question is not whether the policy is working. It is why the policy is still the policy. The assumption is that governments pursue immigration because the economics require it. The IMF Fiscal Monitor 2022 is available to every finance ministry in the developed world. It documents aging-related fiscal costs rising sharply across all tracked developed economies. The Federal Reserve 2023 documents entitlement obligations in the United States expanding at a rate materially exceeding tax base growth. Both findings are published. Both directly contradict the stated logic of the immigration solution. The people running the policy have the same arithmetic you just ran. This is not incompetence. It is incentive. The political time horizon of a sitting government is 4 years. The demographic time horizon of the immigration solution is 40. A policy that produces visible short-term stability and an invisible long-term liability is not a failure by the standard that governs political careers. It is a qualified success. The benefit lands before the next election. The cost lands after the last one. Delay is structurally rewarded. Resolution is structurally punished. Pension benefit levels are legislated in one term and compounded across decades no single government is held accountable for. Immigration extends the solvency projection. Extending the projection extends the political viability of the promises attached to it. The Social Security Trustees Report, 2023. Projects trust fund depletion by 2034. Not despite decades of immigration-augmented payroll contributions, but alongside them. The extension did not close the gap. It moved the date. The IMF Fiscal Monitor, 2022, tracks this in real time. Aging costs are not being addressed. They are being rescheduled. Rescheduling a liability does not reduce it. It compounds it. The cost does not disappear. It moves. The only question left is where the cost lands, and who was placed in its path without being asked. By every headline measure, the economy has been growing. GDP is up. Employment is cited at every press conference. The system, by official description, is working. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, 2023. The documents real wage growth lagging cost of living increases in every major metropolitan area where immigration-driven population growth is highest. The wages exist. Their purchasing power does not keep pace with the cost of the life those wages were supposed to fund. The Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, 2022, documents widening wealth inequality across age cohorts. Households under 40 show the steepest relative decline in net worth, not from reckless decisions, but from an arithmetic gap between income growth and the rising cost of entry into housing, healthcare, and basic financial stability. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, 2023, reported average rents in major Canadian metropolitan areas exceeding 40% of median renter household income. That is not a future warning level. That is the documented present condition in the country running the most aggressive immigration as fiscal solution policy in the developed world. This is not coincidence. This is transfer. The fiscal shortfall immigration was imported to close, did not close. It redistributed. The government balance sheet received a short-term extension. Your household budget absorbed a permanent increase in housing costs, healthcare access times, and wage competition, without your knowledge and without your consent. The system did not fail to account for this. The system produced this. You were never supposed to trace it back. The system performed exactly as designed. And that is the most important sentence in this entire script. The assumption entering this was that the system was failing, that the policy was poorly designed and producing consequences nobody anticipated. The Social Security Administration built pay-as-you-go architecture for a growing population. The United Nations Replacement Migration Report, 2000, calculated the immigration levels required to maintain the ratios that architecture needs. The IMF Fiscal Monitor, 2022, tracked the cost acceleration that follows when those ratios are not maintained. The Federal Reserve, 2023, documented the obligation gap widening in real time. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, 2023, documented the cost transfer lending in households that were never informed they had been designated to absorb it. Every institution, every decade, every data point pointing in the same direction. The system did not fail, or it performed exactly as designed. A pay-as-you-go architecture built for perpetual population growth requires either perpetual growth or an honest renegotiation of the promises made under the original conditions. Immigration is the mechanism chosen to avoid that renegotiation. It works for the length of time an extension works, long enough to move the reckoning, not long enough to eliminate it. The Social Security Trustees Report, 2023, documents depletion by 2034. That date exists alongside the policy, not despite it. The real cost was never invisible. It was time-shifted, moved forward on the calendar until it arrived in the hands of a generation that did not design the system, did not make the promises, and was not consulted about the arrangement under which they would be required to fund it. Your grandfather paid into this system without ever being shown the dependency ratio. Your father made every contribution it required and called it security. The vocabulary was handed to you before you were old enough to run the numbers. The system does not need your ignorance to function. It only needs your participation before the math catches up. This is the economic records. We exist to examine these systems before they finish their work, to identify the patterns that determine financial outcomes long before those outcomes arrive. The ledger always balances. It has balanced in the same direction for 3 generations. This channel exists to make sure it does not balance that way for a 4th. If this changed how you see immigration policy and aging populations, subscribe to the economic records and turn on notifications. Every video examines a system like this one before it finishes its work. And one question before you leave: have you felt this cost transfer in your own life? Rising rent, stagnant wages, a healthcare system running months behind? Drop your answer below. The documentation continues in the comments.